Hey y'all, welcome back to this week's episode of AMA Friday with Amy Miller, recruiting in yoga pants, coming to you from the other side of the office. So my desk is right over there, but it's the weekend and I just spent a significant amount of time testing out not one but two resume scanners for you so that you don't have to. So I threatened to do this a long time ago and I finally did it. So what I did, I pulled up two old resumes and my last two employers. So the resumes that I used to get into Google, as well as my current employer, and the job descriptions that I was hired for. Now let's be very clear. These are the resumes that I sent in to these two organizations, and I compared them to the two jobs that I was actually hired to do. Okay? Here are my results. For my Google resume and job description, now the thing you have to understand about Google, they use what's called an evergreen job post, or they did. Back in the day when I was there, it's been a few years now, the job description, that I was able to pull from the archives was an evergreen tech recruiter role. And I used one, I'm not going to name names. I'm just not. You can DM me if you want to know. But one of the very popular sites that I used gave me a low match. Low. And I thought, well, that's interesting. How did that happen? I'm a low match. So if you want to see the screenshots, I actually wrote a blog post that I will link to down in the video description. So you can go read the blog. You can see all the screenshots. I grabbed everything. But I was low because I basically didn't match the keyword. So the things that I got right. So it actually says a low match rate. I'm reading it here on my laptop. An initial low match rate is normal. For a quick boost, begin by adding missing hard skills. Do you want to know what hard skills I was missing? Let's talk about it. All right, so my searchability apparently was bad because I didn't have the jobs, company name, and web address, so that would help provide ATS specific tips. Y'all, Google has their own internal homegrown ATS called GHire. So please do not pretend that you understand how GHire works. It works like Google search, basically. It's pretty archaic. I didn't love it. A lot of people love it. It was okay. I didn't love it, but whatever. Apparently, this site's going to tell me all about it, even though I was the one that used it for a year and a half, but I digress. Okay, so I bombed that. I also did not have technical recruiter in my job title, even though I'm clearly a recruiter who works in tech, but apparently I didn't actually string the words technical and recruiter together, so points deducted. Anyway, let's talk about hard skills because that's what's going to boost my score. Hard skills, I didn't include human resources, because I'm not technically in HR. Like, recruiting is part of HR. We tend to roll up to like the CHRO, but HR is its own separate discipline. I don't know who needs to hear that. I did get sourcing right. I had that word in there. I had engineering in there, which they liked. And then everything else is grayed out. So I don't know what I'm missing because you won't tell me if I don't pay for it. Okay, so if I had done that, though, I might have boosted my score, but we're moving on. Soft skills. Oh, yeah, here's where I really blew it. The only soft skill I got two. I got creative and leadership. I missed tact and passion. I've never, in all the years that I have been a recruiter, 25 years, y'all, 25 years of this, I have never once searched for passion on a resume. Now, I believe that it was on a job description, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. but is that one of the words I'm looking for, or is that a narrative that I'm hoping to find in a resume? No, I will interview you and I will figure out, are you passionate about this job? I'm not looking for it on a resume, because again, what is the point of the resume? Oh yeah, to get an interview. So we're not doing very well with the first site, okay? We're having some misalignment. Okay, so I bombed the soft skills as well. And let's see, other keywords. I didn't bring it, y'all. You can't make this up. Bring, B-R-I-N-G, was a skill that I missed. Thankfully, I had hiring and talent in there, but not bring. Go see the screenshots for yourself. They're on the blog. Then they gave me some recruiter tips. My word count was 804 words, which is under the suggested 1,000 word count. I did not know that that was a real suggestion. I've never heard that. My resume is 2 pages, by the way, in case you were curious. It's apparently 804 words, which is okay. Never knew that was a thing, but now we do. I did have 5 or more mentions of measurable results, so that's good. I mean, I'm big on measurable results, so I do agree with that. Let's see if I want to view the measurable results. Okay, yeah, so it actually gave me some insight. You know, I filled 120 requisitions. I averaged 20 to 25 open roles. Yeah, so okay, that's cool. I can work with that. That's a good thing. There were also apparently some words to avoid. What was the negative words? So this is funny because they actually said proactive is a negative word. Negative words for proactive. This trait will come across from your interactions with the recruiter or hiring manager. I don't know what that means. Is proactive a bad word? It's under negative words. I'm confused. And I'm really confused because the second scan actually liked my use of the word proactive. Let's talk about it. Okay, so now on to the next. So I had this other, again, you can see all the screenshots in the blog post. I did this other match. I got 52% out of 100%. That's pretty good, it says, but you can still make some improvements to boost your chances. We recommend reaching a score of 75 or higher before you apply. Scroll down to see our suggestions for making your resume more competitive. Let's see what they recommend for me. So they claim my resume is a TXT. It wasn't. It's a Word doc, but whatever. I included my email and my phone number. You know, remember like in grade school, you would get points for putting your name on your paper? It's giving that kind of energy. Yeah, of course, my name and phone number are on my resume. My LinkedIn profile, yes. Oh, I didn't match the job title again, y'all. I didn't put client lead recruiter. I think my title in my resume was senior recruiter, not client lead recruiter. Because clearly a human being reading the resume can't tell the difference. We're on the first page, my head already hurts again. Okay, section headings. We only found an experience section on your resume. We recommend having a work/professional experience and an education section. So I have an experience section, but I don't have a work/professional experience section. Are you kidding me? Now that I'm actually reading this out loud and not just grabbing screenshots, I'm actually getting pissed off. Let's keep going. Date format, I guess, was okay, fine. And again, this is a keyword match, right? I'm literally seeing recruiting. It was on my resume 10 times. It was on the job description 8 times. I got a green check mark. Sourcing on my resume 8 times. On the job description 6 times. I got a green check mark. Scale was only on my resume once, and it's in the job description 3 times. -2 points. Is this a joke? Let's keep going. Okay, so those were my words. Oh, now soft skills. This is my favorite. Love soft skills on a resume. No, I don't. I did not talk about business leaders. I did not talk about problem solving. I did not say proactively, but I did say proactive. Maybe those like cancel each other out. But then the other site didn't like when I said proactive. So I'm confused. Is proactive a good word or a bad word? Someone make up my mind. Okay. I didn't talk about influence, or I didn't say delivering. I apparently use Creative. I got a point for that. So go figure. Word count. Okay, 906 words, which is a good length. So we're on par there. So I did have a few more words, but I also added a new job, right? So once I was at Google, of course I add Google to my resume. That's probably where the extra words came in. I went from 840 to 906 or something like that, or 804, whatever it was. That's fine. But this is what's interesting. If anything, I have added to my accomplishments. And the second scanner says measurable results. Big red X. Your resume contains one instance of measurable metrics. We recommend at least 5. Now, the previous scanner, which scanned the same resume minus my Google history, work history, said I had like 7 measurable results. How did both of those scanners read the same resume and not pick that up? Someone please help me understand what the bot is doing. I asked Sherman, he's not talking. I apparently did also, though, have 2 cliches and or fluffy buzzwords, including responsible and responsible for. So that's fair criticism. I probably could do that better. So that, my friends, is my experience using a resume scanner so that you don't have to. So what did we learn? These are keyword matches at best. So the scanner takes the job description and it runs it through some kind of probably ML decision tree, fake AI wannabe thing, and it pulls out the words that it thinks matters, like bring. And then it tells you how many times bring is on your resume. That's it. There's nothing about a narrative. There's nothing about storytelling. There's nothing about, did this grab the audience's interest? Did this speak to the specifics? None of that. It is merely doing basic math. Did 2 and 2 equal 4? That's it. So what is the takeaway for job seekers? So I want to be really clear. I'm not going to tell you not to use these sites. I can't make that decision for you. It is completely up to you where and how you spend your time and, quite frankly, your money. Both of these sites tried to upsell me multiple times through the process, and I'm not falling for it. I'm going to go unsubscribe from those emails as soon as possible, okay? Because I'm already getting bombarded. If you find value or peace, even if it's just a placebo effect, like this does something for you to run your resume through this and get a score that you're happy with, then go do that. I'm not going to tell you not to, because everyone's experience is going to be a little bit differently, and everyone's output is, of course, going to be specific to them, specific to the data that you're entering. For me, absolute useless pile of garbage, which is exactly what I expected, which is why I don't fall for this stuff. Okay? So my personal opinion, I think you're better served finding recruiters in your industry, trusted colleagues, former colleagues, advisors, people who work in your field, and better yet, hiring authorities, people who lead teams that do what you do. Have them look at your resume and say, does this tell my story? Does this tell you enough about me to want to learn more? Would this be of interest if you were hiring someone that does what I do? That is the true measure of success. So if you want to use these scanners, if you want to play around with them and see what kind of a score you get, please feel free to do that. I'm not going to tell you not to, but it is not in any way, shape, or form a replacement for actual feedback from the human being that is reading your resume. Get that if you can. There are free resume review groups on both LinkedIn and Facebook. I am a moderator in both of those groups. Shameless plug for my friends that have volunteered to review resumes. Check those out. Check out the scanners if you want, but don't let it bring you down, okay? This is again, one single data point whose relevance is somewhat questionable anyway. All right, y'all, I hope that helps. Go check out the blog. I worked really hard on it, so go see the screenshots for yourself. Let me know what you think down below, and we'll see you next week.